All right, good morning. We are going to start with a warm-up. We're going to start with Snapshot. It's one of our improvisation warm-ups to get us kind of warmed up to do our skits this morning. So I need 4 volunteers to be in the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need a storyteller. Kyla, perfect. Okay, so you guys, just to remind you how this works, I'm going to turn off the light. I'm going to count to 3. Kyla, you don't even have to turn around because it's going to be dark. I'm going to count to 3. You guys are going to freeze. Don't discuss it. It's improv. You guys are going to freeze, and then you're going to form a picture, and then Kyla's going to tell us what's happening in the picture. Okay, ready? Lights off. 1, 2, 3.
This is a picture of my family reunion. This is my poor grandma Hildegard. She was having a heart attack at this time. I don't know what was wrong with Aunt Jan. She's kind of gone crazy. My 2 sisters are having a rock out competition. So embarrassing. Yeah.
And you end it by saying, "This is my family."
This is my family reunion.
Good. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. All right, we'll do 1 more, and then we'll get started on our lesson. So I need 4 picture volunteers and a storyteller. All right, Ashley, Eliana, 2 more volunteers. Bo, thank you. Idalise, and I need a storyteller who's going to tell the story of the picture. If none of you tell the story of the picture, I'm going to tell the story of the picture.
Oh, yes.
You want me to tell the story of the picture? Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pose. So this was a typical Monday morning in my classroom. Lots of things happened over the weekend that were shocking. Idalise was finding out that Eliana had a secret identity. Bo was saying, "What's going on?" because no one tells him anything. And Ashley was saying, "Stop right there. I'm the one with a secret identity." It was just a typical Monday morning in my classroom. Good job, guys. All right. Okay. So now that you guys are a little loosened up and maybe not feeling as nervous, I want to remind you about what we're doing today. We've been talking about tone and mood. And remember, the tone is what the author intended. And I gave you each a script. They're all the same. You're in groups. And you each drew a tone out of the hat. What we're going to do is, 1 by 1, each group is going to get up and present the skit. And you guys have an evaluation sheet on your desk. You don't know what tone each group was given. So you're going to determine based on their facial expressions, based on the types of voice they're using. How are they talking? And also their body language. What kinds of things are they doing with their body to let you know? You're going to write that down. Be specific. Don't just say, "They looked creepy." Tell me specifically what they were doing in the scene to make you think that. So that's our first objective. You're going to create the intended tone for the skit using your voice, facial expressions, and body language. Then you're going to evaluate each group's mood. What are you getting from the skit? You don't know what it is, so you're guessing based on what you're seeing. So you're evaluating that on your sheet. And again, you're being specific. Then you're going to do stars and wishes. We've done stars and wishes before. Tell me what each group did really well. What was very effective for them when they were presenting their tone. And then I want you to tell me something you wish they would have done, something they could improve on for next time. Okay? Any questions about the evaluation? You guys got this. All right. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to call, I'm probably going to call your group because I know that each and every one of you are here today. So come on down. I'm also going to be evaluating. Before you start, I would like to remind you about what we learned in our previous unit about projection and articulation. So make sure that you are speaking loudly, clearly, and at a pace that is slower. I know when we get nervous, we go faster, so don't be nervous. All right.
It's getting late. I think I need help. Why? Aren't you enjoying your time here?
Yeah, I know you're having the time of your life.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant that the hour's late, and I should be home soon.
Sounds to me like there are other reasons.
I bet I know why you don't want to be here. You're being ridiculous. Look at the time. Well then, see you soon. Well, I can't imagine why she had to go. There must be a good reason.
Yeah, the time was an excuse. We should find out what she's hiding.
Let's follow her, and maybe we'll find out the answer.
Good. Give them a hand. And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to evaluate their group. reflection at the end. So you're not evaluating your group now, you're gonna reflect on the end. If you need to whisper with the person next to you to see if you are thinking the same thing, that's okay too. I don't mind if you share ideas. Are you locking the door on your way? My next group that's gonna go is this group right here. Okay? So if you guys want to start writing their names on your evaluation so you're ready. Show me 2-1, how much more time do you need? Oh, I see 0. Okay, 1 minute, and then we'll move on to the next group, and you guys can get yourselves ready. All right, are we good? Okay, next group. We have Isis, Elizabeth, Aston, and Danielle. Everybody have their names? We good? Can you make sure, use the space over here so we can all see you. Don't forget to cheat out on the 45. Thank you.
It's getting late. I think I need to head home. Why? Aren't you enjoying your time here?
Yeah, I know you're having a time of your life.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant that the hour is late and I should be home soon.
Sounds to me like there are other reasons.
Huh. I bet I know why I don't want to be here. You're being ridiculous. Look at the time. Well, then see you soon. I can't imagine why she had to go. There must be a good reason.
Yeah, the time was an excuse. We should find out what she's hiding.
Let's follow her and maybe we'll find out the answer.
Good. Good man. Remember, tell me specifically why you know what their mood is. Because I know how you would describe that, how I would describe it. So make sure you're specific. And this is my next group that is going, so you guys, if you want to go ahead and right here, with this group right here.
Teachers, the cafeteria is now clear from the late bus. Thank you.
Just do your best. I don't you want to tell them how to spell your name. ready over here?
It's getting late. I think I need to go home. Why? Aren't you enjoying your time here?
Yeah, I know you are having the time of your life.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant the hours late. I should go home.
Sounds to me like there are other reasons.
Huh, I bet I know why you don't want to be here. You're being ridiculous. Look at the time. Well, see you soon. I can't imagine why she has to go. There must be a good reason.
Yeah, the time was an excuse.
We should find out what she's hiding. Let's follow her and maybe we'll find the answer.
Good. You can give them a hand. I know you're writing. You're just trying to get all your ideas down. Give them a hand. Garrett, since they have two people in their group absent, do you mind stepping in? I'll give you guys a couple minutes to discuss. Oh, okay, that's right. Can you join them? And thank you. And you get extra credit points for jumping in and saving them at the last minute. These two of you are absent. Huh? Okay, at the end of two, person three. You're gonna be person four, Garrett. Wait, just kidding. You're person three.
Yeah.
Okay, you're person three, Garrett. I'll be person two. Okay. And I'll go, let me go tell him you're Sean. Okay. So sometimes when we don't have people and in theater, we just have to jump in. So Garrett and I are gonna jump in this skit. Show me 2-1, how much more time you guys need on your one? Okay. That'll give us a second to discuss, since they didn't discuss with Gary yesterday. You can just tell us what you were. You can write Mrs. Schuknecht on your evaluation, yes. You can evaluate me. I know you'll enjoy that. Ready? Okay.
It's getting late. I think I need to head home.
Why? Aren't you enjoying your time here?
Yeah, I know you're having the time of your life.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant that the hour is late. I should be home soon.
Sounds to me like there are other reasons.
I bet I know why you don't want to be here.
You're being ridiculous. Look at the time. Well then, see you soon.
I can't imagine why she had to go. There must be a good reason.
Yeah, the time was an excuse. We should find out where he or she is hiding.
Let's follow her and maybe we'll find an answer.
Good. All right. evaluate that one, and then we're gonna move on to the next piece. We're gonna discuss what we've done, and then we're gonna have a reflection. I wanna see what you guys thought. All right, show me 2-1. How much more time you need for that one? Okay, like 1.5? Okay. I think we're gonna have perfect timing today. You have anybody you're trying to use? Okay, so Ashley, I'll let you finish up, but let's go ahead and have some discussion. Let's talk about the first group that we saw. Does anyone want to wager a guess at what was the tone that they received when they drew their tone? You guys obviously can't answer because you're in group 1. What do you guys think? All right. Okay, there was some sarcasm, that's true. Any other ideas? Did it seem like it could be real life? They're seeing? What were they kind of doing to Sydney? I know there was sarcasm, but what were they kind of doing when she was up there saying she had to go? They were asking her questions. Were they doing it in like a serious way? Other people can help Elizabeth out. She's not the only one answering questions today. What do you think, Kyla? Were they seriously interrogating her, or were they being kind of silly with her? You think so? You think they were serious?
I think so.
How many of you think they were pretty serious? You think they were half and half?
Yeah.
How many of you think they were kind of playing around with her, teasing her maybe a little bit? Okay, I have a couple. So, you guys want to explain what yours was?
Ours was playful and teasing.
So when they were up there, Chloe did a good job saying, I bet I know why she wants to leave. So they were kind of like teasing her. When I wrote this scene, that was kind of the first thought I had, was that there are a bunch of friends together, and there's a person who wants to leave because she wants to go see someone, but she doesn't want anyone to know who she's going to see. And they all kind of know, but she doesn't want them to know, so they're kind of playing around. All right, let's talk about this group. What do you guys think about this group? This group was intense. What do you think, Mace?
They were like really creepy.
Okay, tell me specifically what was creepy about their group. Sid?
They kept on moving towards Elizabeth.
They kept moving towards Elizabeth. They were really intense and focused on her. So what do you guys think the overall mood of that one was?
Kind of scary.
Scary, or like it would be like of the horror genre if we were watching a movie or something? Yeah, did you notice that they all were very like even-keeled and talking to her? And you guys did one of my stars for you guys is you did a very good job of honing in on what your mood was and delivering it in a focused way. Any other comments about that group? You guys usually have no problem telling me, so tell me today what you think. Any other positives of that group?
They had really good, I think they had really good interaction with each other.
They had a good interaction. Was it a believable interaction? Remember, our job on stage is to make things believable. Awesome. Okay, so our third group, this group back here. Any ideas? This was one of the harder ones to portray. I have the same people raising their hand. I'm going to come back to you, but come over here first.
Depressed, because like they all have the same voice and it's all depressed.
There was not as much energy, and they were their voices seemed kind of depressed. Yes. What did you think, Isis? Can you toss her the bird?
I thought it was kind of like sad because they did sound depressed, but like it kind of like I saw Emma, she like sniffled her nose, and it kind of seemed like she was
Like she might have been crying. Good. Good detail noticing. What do you think, Eliana?
I guess it was depressing, but also kind of comforting because they had a more of a tone that they were trying to make her feel better about it and trying to help her. They were trying to understand it so they could help her more.
That was a really good analysis. Yes. This. What else? What else, Danielle?
Emma was looking like at the ground, like she would like talk and she would like look back down.
So you knew she was sad because of where her focus went, right? Whereas on the other one, their focus was on the person who was trying to get away. Her focus was looking down. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but a couple of times when Emma was talking, and even when the other people were talking, they would go, and they would do a sigh. So they were showing with their body how sad they were. Excellent. Okay, last one. The one that we threw together at the last minute, my champions. All right, what do you think?
I think it was kind of curious, like mysterious kind of thing, because like
What was the second word you said?
mysterious.
Okay.
Because like her voice was like going up and down, and you like with your eyebrows kind of showed like, huh.
Like those old-fashioned mystery movies. Anybody else have mysterious? Anyone else pick that up from it? Yeah?
suspicious.
Suspicious, yeah. That's exactly what we were trying to portray, and we did it at the last minute. Thank you, Garrett, for stepping in. It was like one of those, oh, what are we gonna find out kind of tones. Good, all right. So, what we're gonna do now, you guys did an awesome job of portraying, and also, what are some things before we go to our reflection? And you guys know this is a safe space where we're comfortable to say to each other what we need to improve on. What are some things that what are some of our wishes? And you can tell which group. All right.
For the understanding would help when they have just a little bit more louder.
Just a little more projection, yeah? I agree. Any others? I haven't heard a whole lot from this little corner back here. What do you guys think? Any wishes for any other groups? None at all? You thought they were all awesome? You don't have any wishes on your paper?
I said the same thing about that group.
That group, just more projection? Do you think that maybe part of the reason why they were quieter was because of the tone that they were trying to portray too? I think so too. But you could still be sad without sacrificing your projection. Any other groups' wishes? I think that everyone could slow down just a little bit when you're talking. Because remember, I know we're in our classroom, but when we get on that stage in another couple of days and start working on our play, remember we have to talk to the people that are sitting all the way in the back. So if we're talking really fast, then they may lose some of the things we're saying. We all know what everyone is saying up here because we have the paper in front of us, but when someone who has never seen this before is coming to see it, that is something to consider. So everyone can slow down just a little bit to articulate. All right, so now what we're gonna do, you guys should have one open box in your space. We're going to reflect on our own group's performance, and you can fill this in that extra box. You're going to tell me, I have a typo, let me fix it. How effective was my group in portraying the tone that was assigned to me? And what were the strengths of our group? What could we improve? So basically stars and wishes for our group. And then what is one thing I need to work on for the next performance project? You guys are going to take a couple minutes to reflect. 3, 2, 1, how much more time you need for your personal reflection? Okay. Seeing lots of ones, absolutely. Okay, so anyone want to go out on a limb and share what they think? Okay, Elizabeth. No, just tell me how you feel, how effective you felt your group was.
I think our group was pretty effective because we showed our emotions on our face and our body language.
Okay, excellent. Someone else tell me what were the strengths of your group? A different group. Someone from a different group tell me. All right, Bo.
Our group was pretty good at projection, but I wish we could have used better body language.
Like maybe more physical cues to let them know. Okay. What do you think? What kinds of physical cues do you think you guys could have added to make it more, to show that it was more playful and teasing?
We could have like maybe pointed at them.
Pointed at them, or did like one of the little like shoulder bumps, like haha, we know where you're going, kind of thing. Something like that might have worked. Awesome. What about one thing that you personally need to work on for next performance? Anyone want to share? Someone besides Elizabeth? I love you, Elizabeth. You've been sharing a lot. Macy, what do you think?
Have more body language, like moving around.
Yeah, I think in general, everyone kind of stood up there stiff, and that comes with more experience, right? So your faces, a lot of your faces were telling the story, and your voices were telling the story, but your bodies were telling the, I'm standing in front of the class, presenting something story. So that is something, now that I've seen this, is that we'll work on as a group. Okay, what else?
My group needs to work on more movement and remembering what we had planned out the day before, because we had some movements and things planned out, but we forgot to do those.
So you had created some blocking, and then you kind of forgot what you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's a question that is not on the reflection that I want you to think about. How does this activity relate to school and real life? Like, how could the things that we talked about and learned in this activity relate to the real world? Take a second to think about it. I don't want you to write it. I want you to think about it, because we're going to talk about it. If you feel like you need to write it, you can write it down. But how does all these things that we've been doing, working on, talking about tone, mood, all the different things with our voice, how does this relate to the real world? Any piece of it. All right, Macy, what do you think?
Well, I mean, in language arts, we're learning about tone and mood, and when we have to write, we have to learn like how to give the tone the author wants us to portray in a writing.
So as you're writing, you're thinking about maybe creating those pictures in your mind, like what we actually did with our scene, creating those pictures in the reader's mind as you're writing, when you're a writer. Excellent example. What do you think, Ash?
It could help you when you need to give us a speech or like share an essay with the class or something.
Okay, tell me more about how would it help?
You could use your voice expressions and body movements to help them get the tone that you're feeling when you wrote it.
Right, to let them know what you're thinking. So if you were giving a speech about something, kind of like when you guys used to do Tropicana speeches, right? And you were trying to give the audience the feeling of how you felt about your topic. Yes, this is an excellent way to practice that. What about the group that had a bunch of people absent today? How does that relate to real life, Bo?
Kind of gotta think on the fly.
Sometimes you gotta think on the fly, and you gotta be prepared for anything. We've talked all year about how theater helps you to be a problem solver and helps you to think about how you can fix things whenever they're not going the way you want them to. So what I want you to do now is, with a partner or someone sitting close to you, and if you're sitting like close to a group of 3, you might want to move down here, Garrett. I want you guys to have a 30-second conversation about your self-reflection. Talk about what you think you did well. Basically share your self-reflection with the person sitting next to you, okay? Take a couple of seconds to do that. 30-second reflection sharing. Garrett, go down there and join Jarre.
Projection, but I wish
talk to your partner. Raise your hand if you had something similar in your reflection. Raise your hand if you had something similar. Okay, so do you think there are some class goals that we can set for ourselves? So someone tell me one goal we think we need to work on class-wide for performance. What's one goal, Macy? Yeah, using our bodies more effectively to convey our messages, right? Good. What's another one?
The pace of speaking.
Our pace when we're speaking. Excellent, I agree. Any others? Were you going to say the same thing? Awesome. All right, so we have, it is now time to pack up. So here's what I'd like you to do. Don't move yet. I want you to take your evaluation sheet and pass it to one person at your table. Make sure your name is on it, and I will get those from the one person, and then the rest of you can pack up.